Hey, what's up you guys? My name's Mike Nardi, and on this channel we talk about freelancing, making money online, Fiverr, and things like that. This video is part of a new weekly news segment where I report on stuff that's happening around the world as it relates to the gig economy. Let's get into it. All right, so for this week's video, not too many stories to chat about, but I do have a couple that I quickly wanted to just share some thoughts on for you guys this week. First, it's kind of related to a story from last week that Canada, the country, is set to probe or investigate OpenAI. Last week, Italy, the country, banned ChatGPT temporarily over privacy and data collection, and now it seems like Canada's kind of following suit, kind of launching an investigation into OpenAI around how they collect personal information. The reason I bring this up is because OpenAI, specifically ChatGPT, has been creating quite a buzz in the realm of freelancers, side hustlers, and people who are used to making money online. People tend to be pretty scared about AI and the potential for it to displace them, steal their jobs, or things like that. But for those of you who have already committed, 100% hitched your wagon onto the AI train, things like this, news stories like, Canada probing or investigating OpenAI, Italy banning ChatGPT, might be cause for you to maybe not go all in 100% leveraging tools, AI tools, to run your business online 100%. Might leave you high and dry in a situation if things get banned in your country, even if it's just temporary. You never want your business to completely shut down because of something outside of your control, like a tool or technology being banned or limited. So just something to think about. Work flexibility boosts happiness. So a recent study by Robert Half found that 77% of professionals with work flexibility are putting in more hours now versus 3 years ago. And despite longer workdays, 46% report higher job satisfaction. Interesting. More flexibility at work leads to people being more happy at work. I feel like that's not a super big surprise for a lot of us. But if we combine that with some other stats, I think the story gets a little bit more interesting. So in the US, there's about 33 million small businesses. And according to a study by Guidant Financial in 2021, 29% of respondents stated that a motivation for them to go out and start their own small business was the desire to be their own boss. So generally, we know that people tend to be more happy at work if they have more flexibility. Flexibility, being your own boss, kind of go hand in hand. But when we think about how many small business there are total in the US, there's only about 33 million. And I know that's a lot, and I might just be throwing numbers out there to prove a point here. But in 2023, especially with how popular and how technology is advancing the kind of gig economy and freelancing, I think we're going to see more and more people starting small businesses to chase that desire of flexibility and being their own boss. As freelancers, they're going to become solopreneurs, starting businesses, offering freelance services for sale. Do with this information as you will, but I thought these statistics were pretty interesting because I think they indicate a little gap between where we're at right now, potentially, and what people are going to start doing in the coming years as things like freelancing and the emotions and desires of being flexible and being your own boss get stronger in people who maybe don't want to go back to a 9-to-5 or an office job. 10% of people cold call to get clients. So I recently did a poll on my YouTube channel where I asked people to let me know whether or not they've made cold calls to secure new clients for their freelance businesses. Out of about 575 respondents, only 10% said they had ever made cold calls for their business. Don't want to be harsh here, but this tells me that maybe not enough people who say they want to be freelancers are taking things as seriously as they should. And it kind of indicates to me that the competition for people who are doing things like making cold calls is probably a lot lighter than the competition that a lot of those other people say that they're experiencing, right? If you're not making cold calls, you're kind of all in the same bucket, just waiting for things to happen. Cold calling, picking up the phone, getting yourself in front of clients gives you a better chance of winning more clients. I dare you to point to any Fortune 100, 500, Fortune 1000 company, or even any successful small business that sells something. Most companies sell something. I guarantee all of them go out there, have sales teams, cold call, email, market, do things to bring in clients. They don't just list their services on Kijiji or an exchange like Fiverr and wait for things to happen. You just can't get around the fact that picking up the phone is a great way to connect with someone on the other end, to connect with your customers. And freelancers don't really seem to be on board with this yet, which might indicate that there's still a huge opportunity for freelancers in pretty much any category to still differentiate, get out there, and get in front of more potential clients by cold calling. More business for them that their more passive counterparts might not even have a shot at. Anyways, that's it for this week. I told you this one was going to be light. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Cheers.